Hey everybody, welcome into Mornings with Loretta. I'm excited about this show, but our guest has a psychology degree. She has a background in childhood education, and she's going to talk to us about creative tools from tech to self-care favorites for mom, because the big holiday of all holidays is Mother's Day, and it's coming up soon. So welcome, Colleen, to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
You know what? Because I am a mom and I know a ton of moms, whether you birthed a child or you just nurtured a child, I think you're a mom. So this day is for every woman. So DIY gifts are always so heartfelt. But what are some creative DIY ideas that moms will love and use?
Absolutely. So, Mother's Day is right around the corner. And whether you're looking for a gift for your mom friends, or dropping hints for yourself, I have some ideas. And yes, DIY, you can make this Mother's Day one you'll never forget by personalizing cards, shirts, even water bottles with the new Cricut Explore 4. This is the next generation of Cricut's fan favorite smart cutting machine. It's now 2 times faster, so you can cut over 100 materials like vinyl, iron-on, or cardstock. It's a perfect gift to brighten the lives of the moms in your life. You can upload and cut your own designs or choose from over 1 million images and designs in the Cricut Design Space library. This is my favorite project idea. It's a self-care box. Isn't this great? You can fill it with cozy clothes, candles, oils, beauty products for yourself, or give it as a gift for a mom who could really use some pampering.
And I want to say this. I own the Cricut Explorer. For a couple of years, I'm going to upgrade to the newest one because it cuts even more. But people, don't be intimidated by this machine. I'm telling you, if I can do it, anybody can. It is super easy.
It's so easy.
It's really easy. Don't be and look at the magnificent gifts that you can create. So a lot of moms they're soccer moms, basketball moms, pickleball moms. So is there an idea for a gift that we can cater to that woman? Because I know we're all superheroes. We got a lot of hats, right? But what about that mom that's at every game?
Oh, absolutely. We spend so much time on the sidelines, right? Whether it's, a soccer pitch, a baseball field, the pickleball courts like you're talking about, courtside. So why not be comfortable? I've been seeing more and more of these GCI stowaway portable chairs at sporting events, and there's a really good reason. They actually rock. So watch this. They have this unique patented technology. It's so comfortable. Believe me, sitting is believing. You will not find a more comfortable chair. It's light, but it's still supportive, and it packs down very small. So it's easy to keep in my car or store at home in off season. And for extra convenience, there's a caddy on the side. It can be moved from, left to right, depending on your preference, and it's perfect for a water bottle and a phone. And if your hints aren't working, you can buy this for yourself because you're going to use it a lot if you're like me and you're on sidelines all the time.
I had this vision. It may not be a good vision, but just thankful that my sons are adults now. I don't have to be on the sideline. But I always use that rocking chair to rock right over there to the coach and say, hey, put my child in. Hey, that was a bad call. What are you doing? And a rocking chair, everybody's going to be looking at us, right? And wondering, where did she get that chair?
Right.
Okay. We're going to tell you where you can get that chair, but I have more amazing questions for this amazing woman. So with so many choices out there, it can definitely be overwhelming. Do you have any tips or tricks or suggestions what to get when you really just don't know?
I think the key is to figure out what type of mom you're buying for. So a couple of things. I think moms fall into 2 camps. I think there are those who want to spend the entire day with their kids and those who just want to break, right? There's no right answer, but for a mom who wants family time, you want to find a new game to play or a new trail to hike or park to explore, that kind of thing. For a mom who wants a break, you can whisk away the kids, leave a bathrobe, some bath salts, a nice playlist on the speaker. For me, it's gifts of service are always wonderful, and that's an easy thing for kids to do, or the man in your life for you. One of my sons does yard work with me every year. Another one makes a meal for me, and those are very special. We're making memories, and they're also things that help me out.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me get back up here. So my son and I actually had this conversation this morning. He was on the way to work. Shout out to all the bankers out there. So how can we as moms or as our children, when they're asking us, we don't want to count their coins or anything. Do we really tell them great ideas, or do we tell them ideas we think they can manage? Because I feel like I've missed a lot of opportunities when I try to think for them. So what's your feel on that?
As far as telling them what to get or letting them just decide on their own?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think dropping hints is always good. And I think they appreciate if you can give them at least an idea because it can be a little paralyzing and intimidating. I mean, I think buying a gift for your mom is so important. And I think a lot of kids get a little overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. So when we go back to the Cricut, because I tell you, I'm a fan of the Cricut machine. I have the little joy and everything. And I bought all this vinyl and it comes with so much. I'm not working for Cricut. They're not
Oh,
sponsoring this, but I'm telling everybody that Cricut machine changes your gift giving. It escalates it. It just improves it for teachers, for husbands, for your home. You can make all these. Can we show that again? Because I want people to see how easy it is. You just, it's like a printer. You can put the paper in there, press the button, and it prints out.
and like I said, you can up to 100 or more than 100 different materials. So you're cutting, you're printing on a sweatshirt, you're printing on a water bottle. You're using all these different kinds of vinyl, cardstock. You can make lovely little bookmarks that are super easy if you don't, if you're not really used to crafting yet. It's a really easy way to start out. And another thing that is amazing is that they have this design library online. And like I said, you can upload your own designs, but you also can choose from over 1 million images that are there. And they've licensed with Disney, with Harry Potter, with Marvel, with Peanuts recently. So that's fun because then you can personalize, say you're going to Disney World, you can personalize some t-shirts for your family or give those as a gift for somebody who's going to Disney World with princesses or Mickey Mouse for a lot less money than if you had to buy it there.
Okay, that perfect answer. I just don't want people to feel intimidated. It's affordable and it is easy as 1, 2, 3. Seriously. So Colleen, thank you so much for being our guest on my Mom Gift Giving Ideas show. I look forward to you coming back again because we have Father's Day coming up, right? We got to give them the same due diligence.
Absolutely. Definitely. Thank you. It was so great talking with you, Loretta.
You too. And happy Mother's Day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, so let me tell you about this next show coming up, honey. You know how I like just sharing everything, and I have the perfect travel enthusiast with me again today, Gabe Saglie. And guess where he is, and guess what we're talking about? I know you saw the teasers, but let me tell you, honey, you're going to love the show. Let's welcome our very own favorite travel guy, Gabe Saglie, to Mornings with Loretta. Where are you? Where are you without me?
Loretta, I'll tell you this. I am where you should be. The beautiful island trio known as Malta, here in the heart of the Mediterranean, just about 70 miles south of Sicily. But I gotta tell you, on a day like this, 71 degrees, a light sea breeze, here's a live shot of the entrance to the city of Valletta, the capital city. Just a beautiful place to be out here today, Loretta.
I know. I just wish one day. So we're talking about one of the biggest and the most famous fireworks festivals in the world. And it's taking place in Malta this week. Gabe is already there in the Mediterranean. I know, poor Gabe, right? Poor Gabe. So this spectacular finale is just hours away. And like I said, our travel guy is there. So Gabe, set the scene for us. This festival is long-standing tradition that has already delivered some amazing sights. So just bring us right in.
Listen, the tradition around fireworks here in Malta goes back hundreds of years. This is a festival that's celebrating its 24th rendition this week. This is a 10-day festival, started April 22nd, and as you mentioned, just a few hours away from the grand finale. But this is the kind of thing we've been seeing the last couple of days. This is a festival that draws some of the best pyrotechnic experts from all over the world. We're talking about 6 competitive teams from countries like France and England and Mexico, Poland. There's a Maltese team here as well, and they compete for a €5,000 prize. But to do that, they're putting on some of the most spectacular fireworks shows that you've ever seen. 3 judges from the US, Belgium, and Sweden will be judging these teams. And again, at 9 p.m. Malta time tonight is when this 90-minute, 2-hour extravaganza takes off. This is the beginning of what we then call the festival season, Loretta, because throughout the course of the summer months, 18 weeks in all, 93 shows total. We're talking fireworks every single weekend here. Again, amazing major part of the Maltese culture. For hundreds of years, fireworks have been used to signify the coronation of a pope, for example, the birth of a royal, a victory over the enemy. So over the centuries, this has had quite a significance for the Maltese people. And then these summer festivals celebrate that in a most spectacular way. Now, after this is done, after we're done with that summer season of fireworks shows, Loretta, we get to some world-class events in the months of September and October. Let me tell you about the Mdina Grand Prix. Mdina is a wonderful little medieval gem. The Romans used to live here about 2,000 years ago. You get dozens of vintage car enthusiasts from all over the world racing their cars through the streets of Mdina. I got to sit in a 1934 Bentley convertible yesterday, testing those wonderful little winding streets of Mdina. Just an example of the sex appeal on four wheels that hit the streets during the Mdina Grand Prix in October. And also in October, Loretta, the Rolex Middle Sea Race. This is a long-standing tradition here. You got more than 100 yachts representing more than 30 countries descending on Malta. And then they take off 70 miles north to Sicily. They circumvent Sicily. This takes several days depending on the surf and the weather. The race takes off, announced by the shooting of a cannon from the walled city of Valletta here. But again, this is a very sexy series of events, an international series of events that draws these very sort of niche experts and spectators from all over the world.
Okay, you said a lot. I have a lot of questions. I definitely want to talk about that 1934 Bentley convertible that you were able to sit in. I saw you sitting there, but this event also sets the stage for some other pretty spectacular events. You talked about, you named some. Can you tell us again? Because I wanted to ask this question. So I'm so proud of what this starts. It's not just about the largest, most beautiful, spectacular fireworks in the world. It's setting the stage for other events. Can we talk about that? And then we got to circle back to that event, that 1934 Bentley.
Yeah, well, so let me tell you then about this, the Rolex Middle Sea Race. This is coming back for its 46th year come October, and this draws some of the best sailors from all over the planet. Last year we had 112 yachts representing 30 countries, and they start off here in Malta, and Sicily, which is just 70 miles north of here, is where they head. And over the course of several days, and really the weather plays a factor here. If the sea is rough, if the winds are strong, it could take some of these folks 7, 8, 10 days to get back to Malta. Of course, the winner is crowned on the following Saturday. And again, this is a spectacle that draws people from all over the islands here of Malta, but obviously a big spectator crowd from all over the world. But yeah, let's talk about that Bentley, because my friend George, and I call him my friend because I got to meet him when he pulled up in this beautiful convertible 1934 racing Bentley that he acquired just a couple of months ago. I think it was his 45th vintage car. So this is an example of, the Maltese love their vintage cars. In fact, I've heard that there are more Ferraris per capita here, perhaps, than anywhere else in the world. So the idea of these sexy vintage cars drawing not only a crowd from the islands of Malta, from all over the world, is testament to the appeal that these vintage cars have to the culture here. But this was one smooth ride, Loretta. Again, 1934. It's been outfitted with parts from different airplanes, different boats, even to turn it into a racing machine. I've never turned more heads driving down the road than when I was sitting with the top down in this particular car. But again, just one of dozens and dozens of these beautiful cars descending on the streets of Mdina. Mdina, by the way, only 250 people live there. Beautifully preserved little city on a hill that thousands of years ago the Romans would have lived in. In the 1800s, noblemen and their family would live there. Today is just a bastion, sort of a snapshot of history and gorgeous design that is just breathtaking just to be able to walk through here in the beautiful island of Malta.
Wow. See, that's why you're my favorite, because not only do you share and discuss all this wonderfulness in the world, and you're an enthusiast about it, but you're also a historian. You know the history behind every place we're sharing. So people are not only being entertained, they're being informed and educated. I love it. So I heard that Travelzoo named Malta one of its most favorite must-visit countries in 2025. Give us a few highlights from your return visit this week.
You got it. We put out that list at the end of last year, and Malta is one of our must-visit destinations for 2025. You know, Malta's always had this sort of sex appeal and allure for American travelers, but really most of us are just now discovering what is a beautiful gem here, right in the heart of the Mediterranean. Again, just 70 miles south of Italy, so surrounded by these wonderful Mediterranean strongholds like France, Italy, and Spain. We're just north, of course, of northern Africa. Just a beautiful historic spot here in the middle of the Mediterranean. We're seeing increased flights from other parts of the world, and I think as Americans begin to look for an alternative to their favorite Mediterranean destination, something new, something special, something sexy, I think Malta sort of rises to the top, and of course that's why it's on our list of must-visit destinations for 2025. Here's a live look. We have a camera on top of the Phoenicia Hotel, a beautiful 5-star property that I've had the chance to stay at over the last couple of days. This is the entrance to the city of Valletta. Valletta, Loretta, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is a city that was founded by knights back in the 1500s, built over the course of only 5 years. It is beautiful, fortified, walled city designed to really be able to protect itself back then from the incoming warriors from the Ottoman Empire that were trying to take over this particular island. The knights, the Order of St. John, were able to force a ward them off, and now this historic city remains very much intact over the last several hundred years, but becomes still today this wonderful hotspot for wonderful shopping, world-class dining, and welcoming people from all over Europe. A great influx of people from South America, Asia as well, and we're seeing an increase, obviously, in foot traffic out of the U.S. as well. This could be the year for a lot of us in the States to discover this wonderful spot here in the Mediterranean, this trio of islands known as Malta.
A trio of islands, and now I have a favorite island almost named after me, Loretta Island.
There you go. There you go.
So, Gabe, thank you so much. I love your enthusiasm, your passion, and I feel like I'm there. Hopefully soon I will be there. I already put on my bucket list, my calendar for 2026, that I'll be in Ireland at the St. Patty's Day Parade with you.
There you go.
So that's going to happen. Now I got to add Malta.
Do it. I'll see you here.
Gabe, thank you so much. Where can we go for more information?
All right, visit Malta.com and visit Malta across all their social media channels. We'll be broadcasting the big grand finale of the Malta International Fireworks Festival tonight, and great resource for inspiration and trip ideas to get you out here this year.
All right, Gabe, thank you so much. You never let me down, so I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.
You got it, Loretta. Thanks.
Bye-bye for now. I'm telling you, don't you want to go? Don't you want to go to Malta? And wouldn't it be fabulous that if for Mother's Day we got an all expense paid trip to Malta? I'm just saying, but I love the gift talks that Colleen Burns shared with us about, getting that cricket machine and that rocking chair. We all have these chairs where we go outside in or to games in, and they're good. They have the cup holders on the side. You have the books, the place where you can put your iPad and all that. But what about one that rocks? Oh my goodness. I'm going to definitely get that's a Mother's Day idea. She gave us a lot. So check out that show. And like I said, she has a degree in psychology, a background in childhood education, and the real life experience of a mother, because she has 6. I have 5. That's why I love her. She has 6 sons, and she's a former national and local TV journalist. She shares tips on parenting, on travel, and just simply feeling good and self-care. And she's represented hundreds of the world's most successful moms and kid-friendly consumer brands. And then, we traveled within a matter of seconds all the way to Malta, which is in Europe, is part of the Mediterranean. And we talked about the world's largest, most spectacular fireworks display at Malta International Fireworks Festival. Say that fast 5 times. And he just educated us. I fell in love with that 1934 racing Bentley with the convertible. It was awesome. So I hope and pray that you enjoyed this show as much as I did. And even more, I hope and pray that your day is super awesome, amazing, and you are kind and you are filled with the peace of God that surpasses understanding, because that's how we get through all days, good days and tough days. Until the next time, we'll see you soon on Mornings with Loretta and the Loretta McNary Show. Bye for now. Think positive, dream big dreams, help someone along the way. And guess what? I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.